Can you believe we're in the final 3? I just, like, went through all the stuff and all that, and, well, even once I get all the missions and all that, I'm gonna be, like, 23 stickers short? Which sucks, but, like, I don't know, hopefully we'll get at least 1 or 2 of them. Hopefully more than that, just by doing all the, finishing this all up and doing all the mirror mode stuff and, you know, all that jazz. I was actually shocked by how much we have left. I did briefly look at, like, how to do the shortcuts and stuff in this track, but I think it's still out of my skill range. I'm happy enough. Sorry, I was drinking water. I'm happy enough just knowing the question block one. I think there's actually 2, but knowing one of the cuts in question block ruins, that fun little thing with the signpost at DK Pass, and Salty Speedway. I might look into the Wario Shipyard stuff though and practice it a little bit before starting that track. But the goal is by the time I go to sleep again today, I have to say again because I actually just got out of a 45-minute nap. I don't take naps very often. I want to be done with the free roam. Which is a crazy thought to say. So yeah. You know, when I started this series, I didn't actually know how. When I first committed myself to doing this series, I didn't know how much it was going to be in the open world. I just knew I wanted to, because I knew the series would help out the second channel. I was wrong, but that's why I started the series. That's why I committed myself to it really early. And by the way, the failure of the second channel means I don't know when I'm going to do Donkey Kong Bonanza Let's Play. I will eventually, probably, in like 4 years, but that's besides the point. Too many games I want to Let's Play, not enough time. Genuinely. But, oh, I failed at hitting the trick button. That was not the game's fault. That was my fault. I'm bad. But, I mean, once I found out the true numbers stuff, it felt like so much. It felt so overwhelming. And I am so flipping close. So close. We are, the site is in, I can see the site. There's only 1 more retro track and 2 more new tracks that are in this game that I need the free roam. 1 more retro track. And it's just like, what the heck? And I just failed there, and that cost me first place because I'm stupid. But yeah, I can see the finish line. I can see it. It's in sight, and I can grab it. And then I'm done. It's not like I'll never play this game again. I'll still play it probably pretty much a year, almost like at minimum every other week. Because sometimes we go to eat out in places where it really just the Switch doesn't work. We're like, we're going on vacation soon. You know what me and my dad are probably going to be doing on the airplane? Playing every single track in this game. Or trying to play 8 Deluxe again. It's going to be hard to go back, though, just because this game plays really good. There's just some changes I'd make. to make the game better. You know? And you know, my nitpicks with this game are also like, I have a lot of complaints in this game, but it's not out of a place of dislike. It's actually it's a place out of love. There is so much I want to complain about in Fire Emblem Three Houses. I can make it a multi-hour-long video of how I personally would alter Three Houses to at least improve my enjoyment of the game. Things like making all the routes more consistent, lengthwise, add more maps, because it feels like there's some really weird pacing issues in every part too. Whenever the game actually gives you a choice, make it actually affect things, even minor things. Like in Blue Lions, you're given the choice of East or West, and if you choose West, Gilbert calls you stupid. I'd remove that. I'd have there be different maps for if you go west to get to Gronder Field. Like, it's things like that. Recruitable units in part 2. Just regular all recruitable units. Besides, like, the auto joins of Yuritsa, the church staffing, and Gilbert. I forgot his name even though I just talked about it. Like, actual, like, unitable thing. I would completely rechange how the class system works and make it less... I don't know. It's one of those things where just one of the things of how Three Houses is set up, like, as a school, like, the freedom with the class line makes a lot of sense in Three Houses as much as I hate it. Because, like, it's a school. But I would try to find some way to make it a little bit more linear, like, make it so you can't willy-nilly change. Like, make it so that you actually do, like, when you start a branch, you're a little bit more committed to a branch. But each, like, branch is really big. Like, you could do, like, the mounted unit class, like, you could still go, like, so wide variety of that. And stuff like that's what Oh, I was just about to be like, oh, so close, so close. Bowser Jr. won. Heck yeah. I'd also axe Silver. I would either axe Silver Snow or completely rewrite it. Because it's bad. It's bad. Hell, if I really wanted to go crazy, I'd probably get rid of those who slither in the dark entirely, to be completely honest. I still wouldn't add a golden route, but I'd make it so that Claude joins you if you take either of the other houses. Because that's how it is in Three Hopes. If you choose Dimitri, Claude joins you, but not as a playable character. I'd make it so that you can actually recruit a lot of the Golden Deer. Maybe like Lorenz is more of a harder recruitment of like you have to already have the right people in your things, but someone like Hilda joins you when Claude does, for instance. And like same thing in Black Eagles, that's also what they do in Three Hopes. And then maybe in Golden Deer, to prevent from like being just a lamer version of Azure Moon, maybe you get to choose whose side to join. And again, that would give... That would just make the game feel more alive. And Three Houses is obviously a rushed game. And again, like... And this is kind of like how I feel about Mario Kart World. I love Three Houses. I love this game. There's a lot of things I would change. Because I personally don't feel like I enjoy the game as much as I want to. That's not to say I don't like the game. This game has, on paper, everything I'd want from a Mario Kart. And when you look at the major picture, this game has everything I'd want from a Mario Kart game. It changes the formula. It's different. The maps are fun. It plays well. I like its items. I like its character roster. It's the little things, the accessibility features, stuff. That's what makes me upset. Three Houses has the writings. the writing. It has the characters. And you know what? If you don't play through the game as much as I have, the gameplay is perfectly fine. I think Three Houses is on the lower end of Fire Emblem gameplay. But the actual map design's mediocre at worst for the most part. They're a little big, and I think the actual mechanics of the game are a little too open and ruin the maps. But the maps aren't like these awful pieces of trash. They aren't. I just don't like calendar systems. Like, oh, yeah, your classes will be dealing with the bandits this month, conveniently in the final week of the month. And it's like, oh, come on. I don't like how stiff it is structure-wise. I wish, like, you could maybe have a mission in the middle of the month. I think I'd like that a lot more while still having a calendar system. Make the missions more sporadic. In fact, I probably would actually make the Academy phase not be 12 months. I'd make some of the missions kind of... I feel like... Or even this, like, keep it like the one major mission each month, but have more minor, like, side quest skirt missions that, like, you have to actually immediately leave the Academy to do, not, like, auxiliary battle ones. Stuff like that. I'd also make Byleth an actual character. Because guess what? When Byleth actually... Byleth is kind of interesting when the stories allow Byleth to be interesting. Byleth, in Three Houses, Byleth is one of my least favorite Fire Emblem characters, period. I like Chris more. Chris can annoy me a lot, but Chris has a personality. One of my favorite things about Warriors 3 Hopes was Byleth. All of a sudden, when it wasn't when Byleth was no longer the silent protagonist, I found Byleth interesting. Shez's dynamic with Byleth, I thought, was interesting. And just seeing how different all the kids are without Byleth, it's all genuinely interesting stuff. I like it a lot. Which makes me hate Byleth even more in Three Houses, quite frankly, because other games have actually made Byleth somewhat interesting. I still think Byleth is the worst. I still think Byleth would be my least favorite avatar. Still my least favorite would be. I don't know. If Three Hopes Byleth is what regular Byleth was like, so not as silent, more talkative, more personality filled, I'd probably like Byleth more than Corrin and Lear. And probably Chris. I like Shez. I think Shez is one of the better Fire Emblem Avatar characters. And even then, though, if you don't get a fully customized, like, how the characters look, I'm kind of sick of, like, the pseudo-avatars, that self-inserts that we have. I don't know. I think they should at least have voice acting for the default names. But I actually like the idea of, like, the main character you can change the gender of. I think that's a fun little inclusion thing, an accessibility thing. If the only thing that you can change is the gender and the name, I'd rather you just be the gender so that you can at least have voice acting for the name so you don't have to hear Professor, 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 Divine Dragon, Divine Dragon, Divine Dragon, Divine Dragon. Non-stop. But that's annoying. Well, there is something fun about being able to name Byleth Wiggler. Or or Sandwich. Are those the only 3 names I had? I think those are the only 3 names I had. Because I think I used the same base save file for Crimson Flower and Silver Snow, so I didn't get the chance to do it twice over. So. Oh, wow. But yeah. Sorry, every once in a while, I just need to actually show on this channel that I actually like Three Houses. because 9 times out of 10, if I mention Three Houses, actually these days 9 times out of 10, if I mention Three Houses, I actually mention it and I say I do love Three Houses, no matter how much I complain about it. But a couple of years ago, 9 times out of 10, when I mentioned Three Houses, I was going to say something really negative about it. So I'm trying to compensate. I just don't think Three Houses should be the best-selling Fire Emblem game. I also don't think it should be the fan favorite, because I don't think it's even close to the best. At least that gameplay-wise. But Fire Emblem, I'm so much more biased towards gameplay than literally any other franchise. Final Fantasy, my favorite games are the ones I enjoy the stories of and the gameplay of quite a lot. Fire Emblem, my top games are ones I enjoy both, yeah. But a lot of my top tier Fire Emblem games, outside of some of my most top games, I don't really care about. The story's not good. Conquest and Engage are both high-ranking Fire Emblem games for me, with their crap stories. So, just those kind of things. I took a nap because I was so tired. I filmed yesterday. It was my first filming day for my screwball comedy, Play Ball. This is reverse. In scene 3, I thought it was going to take an hour to film. It took almost 3 hours because we couldn't stop ruining takes by laughing. For the record, I thought scene 3 was going to be the least funny. I thought scene 3 was going to be the least funny scene. We couldn't stop laughing. It doesn't help that we were in a car. So, if I broke, there was no getting out of it. There was no avoiding it. There was no hiding it. Because at least with, the other scene that we filmed that day, I could walk away from the camera. And we were going to do another scene, too, but we couldn't. Because it started raining, and we kind of split up, do dinner and food separately in different groups. And when the sun finally came back out, I was like, oh, well, we already rescheduled. It's okay. But no, it went well. I got plenty of sleep. I don't know why I'm so tired today. Genuinely, I had a headache because my eyes hurt. And you may be like, oh, Alex Little. How much were you looking at your screen today? I watched a YouTube video and that's it. And then we went out to dinner and I don't know. Dehydration isn't helping. I'm not going to drink any soda for most of this session. I'm going to drink a lot of water, though, because I'm dehydrated. Now, and I successfully know what I'm doing for my next full short film. I know. I think I'm almost for sure, because I talked about this, I think I'm almost for sure putting my screwball into festivals. I think it'll be funny enough. So I want to do a real short, silly thing that's going to be 5 minutes long. It'll take a composer a month to do tops that I can release November, December. And then I've wanted to make a detective film for a while. The ideas of it first started when I was like, damn, I need to actually have a real female character for once. So I made it so that's how that story started. And it was actually a drama, but I was like, yeah, this is too dark. I don't really want to make this. So I didn't do it. Because I've been wanting to make another 1930s black and white style film. And I like doing all the different genres I'm doing, so I didn't want to do another noir. So a detective, which is a crime movie, which is a similar vein. But I absolutely loved writing my screwball comedy. One of the few films I've written, just actually written to be really, really funny. My writing style is naturally funny. I know that. Most of my films are comedies in extent. I'd argue that I've really only made 3 films that are supposed to be. I guess most of my films were written to be comedies, but this is one. But my screwball and my absurdist comedy, Apocalypse. Those are I'd argue my films that spent the most amount of effort like writing jokes. There's something like Eat Fresh. It's a comedy. It's a comedy noir. But I wasn't just like saying, I need a joke right now. I just had ideas. I knew how to write the dialogue in ways that'd be funny. And I just enjoyed writing my screwball so much. I loved the dialogue so much. Then I rewatched Airplane. I mentioned this. I mentioned it while talking Cheap. Wow, even the calm failed horribly. And it was like, and you know what? I was like, why don't I combine the two? Like, obviously Naked. Naked Gun's pretty much, that's kind of like the idea of like tonally what I want to do. A detective, and it's comedy. I want to do that. I want to have fun and make that, because I like comedies, because I feel like comedies just aren't there as much anymore. I want like the main focus to be, I almost dropped my controller, the funny, finding the funny. Because like you don't see a whole ton of theatrical comedies anymore, and I mean, I haven't been paying too much attention to the box office. I don't know if Naked Gun's performing well enough to, bring back the genre, which upsets me because the world needs some good comedies. Because the world we live in is sad and depressing, and we need more comedies, good comedies. I did briefly try to do the shortcut a little bit, so I did see where some stuff were in this course. I just kind of forgot. Please make it. I didn't make it. Oh. I'm sad. Very sad. Oh, this is going to prevent me from doing that, isn't it? Oh, fudge. Yeah. I was able... Wide a sucker. What? I'm disappointed now. I thought I discovered a 6 nasty shortcut. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh no. I'm in 24th. Well, I was doing better when I was talking about Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I was doing way better. I still don't like this track's music. This is probably my least favorite new race music in this game. Which is funny because I see people online absolutely love it, and I'm just like, I find it boring. I also find Wii 8's Bowser's Castle music overrated, so I don't know. It's not that I hate metal or anything like that either. I just don't care for this. I was racing so bad that entire thing and I still won. I am the GOAT. Dab on the haters. Good. Bye.